One of the biggest challenges in the modern world is this massive amount of environmental noise.
We can see, of course, the sound pollution that we live with every day, and this, of course, creates stress within the body.
You have cell phones and television and the sounds of electricity and automobiles. Our children and our whole working environments are just loaded with sound.
All of us are a bundle of emitting and receiving frequencies.
So something vibrates and another one picks up the frequency, and it happens biologically. It happens phenomenologically through all creative matter. Some experts believe that in our noisy world where silence is becoming a luxury that many cannot afford, our stress levels are off the chart. As one of our experts has said, when it comes to stress, human beings deal well with a sprint, but not a marathon. So if we're constantly exposed to stress-inducing sound or noise, what price are we paying, and what can we do about it? Welcome to Matter and Beyond. I'm your host, Mary Lynn Chiavi. In this program, we're going to hear from a number of experts who will share their perspectives about the effects of sound and music and how we can harness their power to soothe our spirits and heal our bodies and our minds. The effect of constant exposure to sound or noise is a nervous system that is continually on overdrive, according to sound healing expert Don Campbell, author of The Mozart Effect.
When we sleep in a room that has a loud air conditioning and there's lights and the television and the computers in the next room and the washer and dryer and all of this is going on, the elevator or the ice machine, whatever, if you're in a hotel, the brain has to work very hard to filter out sounds.
Learning to integrate therapeutic sounds and music to calm and relax the mind and body are steps that we can take.
Moving into a place to where quietness can have its power and its nurturing.
Since we rarely experience silence, many people are disoriented and actually feel uncomfortable with it.
Sometimes when we enter into really quiet environments, we're afraid because we don't know who we are. We talk to ourselves.
Over the last 40 years, exposure to sound has become relentless. But Campbell offers a prescription for modern people. He urges us to spend time in nature or taking a walk in a quiet area for at least an hour a day.
Taking a vacation to where we're near the ocean or in the mountains. When we let our mind and body settle, we begin to realize we can listen to this world in a more meaningful, spiritual way that is not overwhelmed.
Campbell is passionate in his belief that music and sound can be used in a more meaningful and spiritual way in our lives, whether we are spending time in nature, praying, meditating, or spending time with our loved ones.
This is what I would hope for every family. Just that there is more harmony in communication, more time for communication, when we use music and quiet and quality sound. As we eat, as we pray, as we dance, that we'll be able to digest that great nutrient that beauty and music can give our souls.
According to Jeffrey Thompson, founder and director of the Center for Neuroacoustic Research in Los Angeles, California, a key to understanding how stress works and affects people is to look at the autonomous nervous system.
When a person is okay and normal, and one of the measurements of that is having a patient come in and lay on their back and hook them up and look at what's happening in the autonomic nervous system. And when you lay down for 3 to 5 minutes, your system should relax. relax.
Dr. Thompson has been diagnosing his patients' heart rates, and to his surprise, more often than not, the patients show signs of severe stress. In 7 years, he has only observed 2 patients with a normal response to stress.
Most people's response is abnormal, and what that abnormality is after 5 minutes, you have not pushed in the clutch.
According to Dr. Thompson, there are many sources of stress, some of them visible and some not.
There are electromagnetic frequencies in the walls in this room, television channel frequencies and military frequencies and microwave frequencies and air pollutions and food pollutions and traffic jams getting to work, to a job that doesn't pay enough money, for a boss that's got the emotional development of a 3-year-old.
But as Thompson points out, this is a symptom of modern people.
It wasn't supposed to be like this. I mean, you're supposed to wake up in the morning and grab your spear and go catch a rabbit, and that's your workday.
According to Thompson, our way of living in modern times is out of sync with our natural biological systems and rhythms. He emphasizes that our nervous system needs time to rest and recharge.
The nervous system at its core, in its stress response, is designed for a sprint and not a marathon. And what we have in the 21st century and throughout the 20th century is a marathon of stress.
Dr. Thompson employs biotuning sonic induction therapy that helps patients find their unique sound frequency. He calls it a high-tech stress reduction training program for the nervous system using sound.
We're going to pretend that your autonomic nervous system is the wine glass, and we're going to scientifically explore various sound frequencies that are very precisely tuned to find out which one affects your autonomic nervous system function.
Thompson explains that once he is able to find the right note or frequency that can calm a patient's nervous system, then he is able to drive the frequency into the patient's cells and hold the nervous system in a relaxation mode for a prolonged period of time.
At every time your nervous system pushes in the clutch, it gets stronger in its ability to be able to push in its clutch, just like working a muscle in a gym on the inside.
Work stress and the emotional impact of the demands of modern life, if not addressed, may have severe consequences. Statistics show that the 2 biggest killers in Western society are heart attacks and stroke, both related to the nervous system. According to Dr. Thompson, living only for the demands of this modern lifestyle is not natural.
You can't run your foot on the gas in high gear for the rest of your life without some horrible consequence coming from that. The body's not designed for it. You can only do it for a few decades before your heart blows up or your brain blows up.
Sound healers and therapists around the world have built therapies based on the principle of entrainment, which was discovered by Christian Huygens, a Dutch scientist, in 1665. According to this principle, powerful rhythmic vibrations from one source will cause less powerful vibrations of another source to lock into the vibration of the first. Mandara Cromwell, president of Psychotherapy International, leads a company that develops and manufactures healing sound applications based on the principle of entrainment. She has an interesting perspective on this principle and a rather poetic way of describing the cells in our bodies.
Mandara Cromwell, president of Psychotherapy International, leads a company that develops and manufactures healing sound applications based on the principle of entrainment.
Each of our cells has their own song that they sing. We can look at the body as a symphony. And when the sheet music of the violin chairs blows off, we'll equate that to stress, that creates stress with the rest of the symphony. And so the rest of the symphony struggles to find where is everything going. So the rest of the body is compensating for this distress that the symphony is experiencing.
If we employ the orchestra metaphor, if one instrument plays faster, then the rest of the orchestra may tend to play fast in order to catch up. Then the song becomes very different, and according to Cromwell, in the case of our bodies, the cells begin to sing out of tune.
They don't know what to do because there's another part of the body that's singing out of tune. So to compensate, everybody gets out of tune.
Mandara Cromwell uses cymotherapy to bring all of the body's cellular frequencies back into harmony. Operating on the principle of entrainment, it acts as the conductor or the master pitch pipe that brings everything into harmony.
Each program consists of 5 frequencies. So it's like a little quintet playing to each of your organs. There's a special program for the liver and a special program for the kidneys. And so it emits relaxing sounds. When the body is relaxed, then it moves into its own wonderful healing magic.
For Cromwell, holistic health means getting in tune with and balancing our natural rhythms.
We have the cycle of the breath. We have the brain waves, the heartbeat. We have this sound and vibration that we need to bring into harmony, maintain this harmony, and it's a direct link to our spiritual nature.
For Cromwell, to heal ourselves, our community, and even our entire world, we need to be conscious of the words we use and the way we express ourselves.
When we speak gently and loving, compassionately, with kindness to each other, that creates a whole different atmosphere of vibrations, a whole different effect on our bodies. We need to, well, I like to say that we should only speak that which raises the vibration of the world.